I had one class that had this couple in it. It was annoying when they were together and it was annoying after they broke up. I'm very much like a sit where you want, but if you can't work, I'm going to move you. And it was her and her boyfriend and then two other random people, their friends. I was like doing something on the board and I turn around and she was on his lap. And I look at her and I'm like, get in your friggin' seat. Like, what are you doing? Then they broke up. And holy end of the world. They decided to take like a month off of school after. And then when they came back, they moved seats to be on the furthest edge. And then the problem was each of these two kids was like pretty well known. They had a bunch of friends in the class. So then they had to divide the class. So it looked like a middle school dance where it's like all the girls on one side, all the boys on the other. And that's a problem because they're all insane. They are like actively hating each other because now they're on two different sides of this like ridiculous drama. It just like kind of simmered. But in the beginning, I thought I was going to see like a battle happening in my class, like Braveheart.
There was one shirt that a kid wore, not playing around. It said, I heart MILFs.
Did he know what it stood for?
Yes, he knew what it stood for.
Because sometimes, no, listen, I had a kid.
But you're little, though.
You teach third grade.
But they know what they're doing.
Sometimes they don't, though.
But sometimes they don't. In this particular instance, she definitely did not. She came to school.
Bless her heart.
And, you know, they got to take their water bottles out of their book bags.
Uh-huh.
And I kid you not, she took a flask out of her book bag. And it was her water bottle. Does it hold liquid? Yes. Could it hold water? Absolutely. Is that the purpose?
The way I would have fell out.
No, this third
We
grader.
were like,
Is that a flask?
This third grader showing up to class like he just got fired from his job.
we were like,
I worked here for 20 years, man.
we don't bring that one back. We don't bring that one back. Yeah.
You don't grade with a red pen?
Do you grade with a red pen?
Yes, I do.
I never have, yeah. It's too aggressive.
What?
It's too aggressive.
Think about their feelings.
I don't give two rusty nickels. I want you to make a 36 on the ACT. When you get to Harvard, do you think they care that you don't like red pen? You better write that dissertation. You're going to drop out.
I like purple. I try to bring the bad news in a soft, sweet way.
If the red pen is putting you over the edge, you gotta toughen up a little bit.
I have no rhyme or reason to it. I just have always graded with a red pen.
I think it's in the back of my mind that I'm not supposed to.
I'm just like, nah, I want my students to have a complex. It's a kid in therapy right now because Ms. Rich needs to put an F on my paper in red pen. Does an F on the paper in blue pen make you feel less stressed?
Yes.
I'm sorry. If I get an F in blue pen, I feel better about it, even though it's still an F.
There's data behind that. I'm kidding. There's no data.
Student teaching frustrates me for a couple different reasons. The fact that these schools are making it so you have these teachers who know that they're not going to make a lot of money once they get into the profession. You're going to make them do, in some places, a full year of student teaching, 9 months of student teaching, unpaid internship. And then they say, hey, if you're taking 11 credits or 18 credits, it's going to cost you the same amount of money. So you're going to have a college kid who's a student teacher that will hardly ever step foot on the college campus, who will work with maybe 2 professors during their student teaching experience. How are you charging student teachers a full-time tuition rate when they are doing an unpaid internship and never go on the campus? Right. That is crazy to me. No other major does that.
Not only are you required to pay the same amount as everybody else, if you student taught, you are not allowed to have a job, like outside of that.
We had a student who was like outwardly saying specific, detailed threats. It was me and a co-teacher. I taught English and social studies. She taught math and science. During one of her periods, this kid was saying just crazy stuff. She went to the administrator. They had their own like separate conversation. I didn't know a thing. No parent had been reached out to. Then he came back into my room with his class, so he said some stuff to me. I immediately called home. I immediately talked to all the other teachers. I found out that this had been a problem that had been happening for a while, and my admin had chosen to not tell me. So I called home. My admin got mad at me for making that call because she wasn't in the room with me. I'm like, okay, well, you could have done it the first time that this happened, where it's like, you're making me feel bad that I took action? In what world is that not the right choice? You don't know what that kid was going to do the next day. And I don't think any of my students are bad people, but we all go through things. We all have things going on. We all have situations and triggers. You don't know what the kid could do, but at least let's take step one, and at least let's get everyone on the same page.
James, do you know my application was denied? It was.
After 10 years of teaching, I submitted my application. I said, I've taught in Title I schools. My loan should be forgiven for $7,500. My student loan, according to this paperwork, should be forgiven. James, would you like to know why they denied my application? And let me tell you, this is why teachers are so furious about this stupid stuff. Guess, James. Why would you deny an application? What do you think I did wrong?
You spelled something wrong.
Oh, no. You would be maybe correct. I want to tell you worse. My principal put a slash instead of a dash on the date.
Stop it.
I am not
Stop it.
They said your student loan application has been denied because the proper dating was not used when your principal signed. That's the thing, though. They hope you're so mad that you go, whatever. Yeah. Whatever. That's what they want.
If for adults they're saying sitting is the new smoking, why these kids got to sit for 8 hours? Especially the little kids, they don't have as long a recess anymore. They're like shortening recess, taking recess out of school, taking play-based learning out of school. So you mean to tell me y'all trying to condition them from kindergarten all the way up to high school to sit, be still, and listen?
Well, I mean, another aspect of that is like sleeping in class. If you're sitting still for that long, you can only expect that kids are going to start falling asleep.
The way that my eyelids were heavy during the staff meeting, I was like, Bree, you gonna have to stand up. If I gotta stand up as an adult, the kids, as soon as they try to stand up, sit down.
As soon as I felt like I was starting to lose them, I would be like, okay, let's get up, let's play something.
Teachers, we dress up when I don't never dress up, but you know, if the firefighters come in or something like that, we have specific times where we dress up. And let me tell you, every teacher bestie knows.
Firefighters?
Oh, we dressing up.
Are you pulling the alarm on purpose?
Did somebody pull the fire alarm? It is hot in here. I think Gary Brooks has like a funny video about that, how the teachers at school, they knew when the fire trucks were coming and they always dressed up. There's not that many men in the schools, man.
That's why I'm the hot commodity on campus.
The number one thing that irritates me as a teacher is that people think we get paid over the summer. It drives me insane. I'm like, listen, I literally don't do math, but we get paid for 180 days. Right. We do not get paid for the time that we don't work. So we spread our paycheck out over 12 months. The amount of times that we have had to explain that to people and then them saying like, oh, well, you shouldn't complain because you get summers off.
Well, and not every school district even pays throughout the summer. It's your job to have a savings account and to save X amount of dollars from each paycheck or pick up a summer job, whatever your preference is. I taught at a school where first few years of teaching there, we got 20 paychecks throughout the school year. And then summer, you didn't get any paycheck. So you'd either have to put it in savings or some kind of account. I worked at a sports bar my first 7 years of teaching.
Yeah. And it's a lot of teachers that have second jobs. Like one of the teachers at my school, when they leave school, they go to work from like 5 to 10.
I have a confession. I actually took one of my students' love notes that he wrote to a girl. And I'm not going to lie. This man was dropping so many lines. I stole a few of them.
Hey, man, that's good. I'm going to use that.
I'm for real. I'm for real. Took my dating game up to here.
So I took up one the other day, and it was super cute. Just a little puppy love. The girl wrote the note and was like, I'm so happy we're together. And the boy was like, you spelled my name wrong. She said, I'm so sorry I spelled your name wrong. Are we still good? And she put yes or no, and he circled yes. And I was like, that's all you said. She's telling you this stuff, and your response was, you spelled my name wrong. And then she said, are we good? And you said, yes. Come on, man. Like, a little bit more. I asked the kid why he didn't call a girl back for 2 weeks. That man said, because I was fishing. I don't think we realize sometimes the skills that we have.
What's your number one skill that you know you have?
Teacher face.
Teacher face?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's the teacher
Like
face?
the quit playing with me face.
Look into the camera right now. Get that camera the teacher face. Whoa. Let me work on my teacher face. Hold
Go
on.
ahead. Let me
my
see.
turn.
Let me see yours.
Okay.
Right. Thank you. That's the face. That was the face.
Yeah.
Do you have a teacher face?
Ooh.
Ooh, that says, now you already know what you're supposed to be doing. Get him.
Okay.
Oh, not the look up and
Oh, with the head nod, with the little slightly eyebrow raise.
Oh,
nice touch.
One of the first times I ever got in trouble as a teacher was when I had a student who was like, Mr. J, I want to do a roast battle. I was like, no, you don't. I told her, I was like, are you 155% sure that you want to do this? And she's like, I could roast you. And I was like, I bet you can. You do it all the time. And she's like, but you couldn't roast me back. And I was like, you don't know me. I wrote out a contract that was like, I, her name, agree to being part of a roast battle with Mr. J. I made her sign it, and I made 3 witnesses sign it. I said one goddamn joke before I was in my principal's office where she was like, what the hell, dude? You can't do that.
Was this your seniors or your younger kids?
My 5th grader.
No, it was not.
In Missouri, there has been a bill sponsored and put forth for a vote that if a teacher uses a trans kid's pronouns, their preferred pronouns, they will be charged with a felony and placed on the National Offenders Registry as a level 1 most severe sex offender. If the kid says, I prefer he, him, I prefer she, her, and you actually use that, felony sex offender. Those found guilty under House Bill 2885 would be subject to a $10,000 fine, imprisonment, placement on the state's sex offender registry as a tier 1 sex offender, and obviously since offenders are not allowed to reside within 500 feet of a school or daycare, they would end the teacher's career.
That is the most ignorant thing I've heard in a long time.
When a kid does zero work and you have to give them a 50. I'm like, I know that a 0 and a 50 are both an F. I understand that. But they don't ever do any work. If a kid just doesn't do one assignment, bet, I'm going to give you a 50. But if every day you come in, you won't do nothing, I'm giving you a 0 because you literally are doing zero work. It's hard to come back from a 0. So I don't give kids 0. 1 or 2 assignments, fine. You get a 50 instead of a 0. But you don't do anything every single day, I'm not giving you a 50. Teachers make thousands of little micro decisions every day. So that's why like the decision fatigue is real after school. When you're trying to figure out what to eat for that, man, I don't even care. Put the pizza in the oven. It was in the freezer. Mama, can we go to McDonald's? Yes, because I don't want to have to make another decision. I'm happy you suggested McDonald's because I was going to drive straight to the house. I forgot about the food because I don't want to have to make another decision. I drove home on autopilot because I hear the screams of y'all's child's voices in the silence of my car because they just scream and holler at each other all day long.
So I had this kid, 0% all year. Okay, that's failing if you're not a teacher. He's failing. And he'd come up to me and he'd say, what can I do to raise my grade? And I'd be like, anything, you can do any of the things. I give him packets, he wouldn't do any of it. I'm like I want to pass you, you know what I mean? One day he writes me an email, the subject line of the email, about my grade in 3rd period class. That's scholarly, it gave me hope. I was amped, I was like, that's my job, let's work together, let's get you through, let's do this, we can make this work. I opened the email. It said, F you fat, you're an asshole, word for word. And I have to admit, I was a little upset, I was a little taken back, a little hurt. But then I was like, screw it, this is the most he's ever written for my class. I put it in as a journal grade. I was like, speak your truth, scholar.
I could never teach kindergarten, man. They just be saying stuff. They tell y'all, I'm scared. My daughter starts kindergarten in the fall, and I'm scared of what she's going to tell her teachers. Okay? One teacher said a kid told her he came to school with like a lot of money all the time. He was in kindergarten, like stacks on stacks. And she was like, that better not be your mama rent money. He was like, it's not. And she was like, well, where did you get all that money from? And y'all know, little kids be too damn honest. He was like, this is my money. My mom lets me keep the money that don't print right. Technically, I'm a mandated reporter. But if your mama slapped me about 100,000, I ain't gonna say nothing. Tell her to let me keep the money that don't print right too. Okay, we can go halfsies.